Let's see, if I pull up my games by hours played. It's 650 hours in VR chat, 650 hours in Space Engineers, 475 hours in Factorio, 475 hours in Satisfactory, 350 hours in Surviving Mars, 250 hours in Oxygen Not Included.
3 hours later.
Tabletop Simulator, more Sword Art Online, Totally Accurate Battlegrounds, Ultimate General Gettysburg, that game sucks, don't buy it. Waltz of the Wizard also sucks, don't buy it. War Dust, an amazing VR game that I have yet to play. Eternal Crusade and Vermintide 2.
I see where your time went after you dropped out of college.
I used to be a halfway professional video game streamer. Half the games you half the people you play with have 200 plus hours in VR chat. What is going on? Just reading off your Steam list.
People for that long. How can you talk to people for that long?
How can you talk to people for like 500 hours?
Yeah.
Well then, hello there.
It's rough. Big name.
Clint Eastwood?
No, bigger.
Bigger than Clint Eastwood. The Duke?
No. Quentin Tarantino.
Tarantino, okay.
Yeah.
Hey there folks, before we get a little too far into this, I want to go ahead and explain who I am, who I'm playing with, and what this game is. So, my name is Graham Johnson, aka Ovan the Wise, and I'm a streamer, or at least I'm trying to be. The last time I uploaded this YouTube channel was 3 years ago, back when I was trying to stream the first time. And the very first time I ever uploaded this channel was 12 years ago. Now, that's a long time to be into content creation, and I've had a few other YouTube channels along the way, some that are more successful than others, but I try to keep them all separate. I want to try to keep gaming and to try to keep the others what they are. So let's go ahead and crack into this. I am playing with my friend Styx. Sometimes we also play with my friend Matthew, and we're having a really good time on Railroads Online. Now, if you're not familiar with Railroads Online, it is a narrow gauge steam train simulator. Now, unlike a lot of simulators that do train stuff, we actually have to put down our own track. In a lot of simulators, the track is already there and the engines just operate on them, and the only thing that you have to do is get your loads from point A to point B, earn money to unlock new trains. In this game, we start out with basically nothing. We have to lay our own track to all of the industries. We start out with a small steam engine and a couple of cars, and from there we have to continue down the path and unlock where we see now and what's coming in the future. And I say that because this game is early access. And it's a lot of fun, but the developer doesn't really update all that often. Right now they have a roadmap going for the game, and we'll see if they stick to it. They've had some issues with sticking to scheduling in the past, so it'll be interesting to see if they keep up with their roadmap this time around. I'm really excited to see what comes in the future because they've promised some really cool stuff. Now, there's a lot of other really cool games like Century of Steam and Rolling Line and things like that I'm interested in perhaps playing in the future, especially with Centuries of Steam, which isn't even out yet. If you guys are interested in trains and you want to see more of it, let me know in the comments. I really enjoy this game. I enjoy playing it. I look for excuses to play it a lot. I am the host of the server, so I tend to have a little bit better field of view and things like that, and some latency type stuff. But yeah, I really enjoy this game. I stream it a pretty fair amount in addition to Satisfactory. And if you guys are interested in seeing more, let me know. I'm more than happy to make some more typical YouTube type content out of this game. I have some really interesting ideas for how I want to film some videos independently from the live stream, and depending upon how this video goes, we might end up doing that. One of the ideas I've got is actually going through and putting in different provinces, as well as little towns around all of the industries and naming everything, and making videos about heading out of the north end of such and such an industry, heading southbound on such and such a pass. I would love to go in and really make some lore for this save file, and the folks that I play with could care less about that, but I think it would be really fun to make a video that features some stuff like that. So if that's something you guys are interested in, I'll be more than happy to get the ball rolling on that. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and get back into this. This is just going to be some highlights from the stream, and if you think it looks like we're having fun and you'd like to come tag along, feel free to go check out my streams. I will be putting a link in the description so you guys can check out my Twitch channel. Dude, that's from like last year. Yeah, this is from last year, dude. This isn't even from this year. It's from 2022. You haven't looked at Discord since 2022.
Oh god. Come on, mushroom guy.
It is funny that the last link I sent him is the OnlyFans link.
You what?
That is funny. All right, you're putting on your big boy pants today. You're running this train.
Oh god. Okay. Really?
Yep.
That is very snug going past the big train.
It really is, isn't it? It was almost like it was planned.
I clenched. Right now. I'm like, I can't fuck up.
Matthew did the same thing. Matthew backed up past the big engine and did the same thing.
I just think to myself, I cannot fuck this up in the first 30 seconds of having the big train. I've had the small train my entire life, and I finally get the chance to ride a big train, and I fuck it up so quickly.
You're gonna when you go to leave the sawmill, we're gonna have to like basically make a 3-point turn, and I'll help you set all the switches. Just let me know when you get up there.
Wait, so are you switch boy now?
I'm switch boy. I gotta put water in the big engine because it's out of water, so I'm gonna stay down here and fill up the big engine.
Okay.
But as soon as you get up there, I'll teleport up to the log mill and I'll help you do everything.
I don't think. Oh, I'm not going towards the log mill. One of the switches wasn't the right way, and it's sending me towards spawn.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll be up there in a second. I will be up there in a second.
Should I
pull backwards? Yes, exactly. Okay. See, you're smart.
Fucking
Yeah. So you pull all the way through the switch and then back up into the. There you go. Go ahead and stop anytime. Yeah, a little more. Give me a little more.
Soon after.
Yeah. Alright. And then what? Will I be leaving with you? So I'll sort of just trail in behind you?
I will trail in behind you. In case you don't make it up the hill, I can push you.
I overdo it quite a bit. It's very unlikely that I won't.
Much later.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and head out. Matt's in my engine.
Alright, sounds good. Speed for this hill?
As fast as you can go.
Alright, max out.
You'll need it to climb
rolling.
You'll need it to climb the hill.
Oh yeah. Even though you're carrying more beams and rails this time, full speed it, don't let go, and just ride it out. Or you will not make it all the way up.
The following Thursday.
Alright, I'm at the top of the S for your information.
We have not slowed down at all. We have been speeding up.
Wait.
No.
The switch was on right, yes?
Yes,
no?
yes, the right. Go to the right. Yes, stay to the right.
Okay, so this is a new way. This
Yes.
is my usual way.
We're going to a new place. I've told you that already.
Oh yeah, but I didn't know how new. This is already very new.
Maybe I should have been driving that train.
Yeah, maybe you should have been. Yeah. If we get
Oh, yeah,
caught up,
because
maybe
I'm
you
gonna
should
brake
join
at
him.
every turn.
You're right. He is.
I'm gonna brake at every turn to make sure that I don't.
You're gonna
go
break at
through
every
it.
turn the whole way up.
Yeah. All right. So
There are some flat points where you'll have to let off a little bit, just because it levels out through the valley before it starts climbing again.
Flat. Is this flat? It's so deceptive. Do I brake?
Watch your speed.
Look at
and
your
you'll know.
speed in the bottom left-hand
Okay.
corner. If you
I'm only used to 15 miles per hour.
keep it at about 25, you'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah. If you go any higher than 25, start backing it down. Don't even hit the brakes. Just let off the throttle and coast.
I barely learned how to ride a bike, and you're putting me into a fucking plane. Bro, I get mad. Like, I go down the, like, I'm like, oh yeah, I want someone satisfactory related. And I go down, satisfactory.
Space engineers, Fortnite.
Yeah, so space engineers. Someone playing some mobile game with a bunch of, like, an ad every 20 seconds. Yeah.
That's the thing I
Let's see if
hate.
I can see your line.
I don't understand the point in streaming mobile games when you gotta watch an ad every 30 seconds.
Yeah. I also hate that you can get mobile games on Steam that you can play
Yeah.
on PC.
Yeah.
Because you know that they've had to limit it to what a phone can handle, but you put it onto
Yeah.
a PC.
Yep.
It feels like there would be so much lost potential.
I love PC games that are designed to look like they're phone apps, though, because they just make fun of mobile games. Like,
To be fair, I could see this as a mobile game with like the easy to access areas for your fingers to do up and down the braking and throttle and stuff. It's just a really in-depth mobile game. It's like you would play on your your
on a tablet or
What do you call
something.
it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I could see this being a tablet game. I don't know if the graphics would be this good, but I can definitely see it.
Oh no, there wouldn't be a day-night cycle. There would be no shadows, and trees would be 2D.
You'd also wouldn't put your own track down. It would just be whatever the developer put down.
Yeah. There was a train game I used to play back in the day, but it's lost now. It was years ago since I last played it, so...
I like how every now and again I see the lights on the caboose poke through a tree, and I'm like, oh man, my train's way longer than I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't caught up to you, though.
No, I'm going over a huge bridge now. There's a metallic, not wooden metallic bridge. I think it's the level 3 one.
Yeah, you're up and around the corner.
Oh damn. Okay. So I'm not as far forward as I think I am.
Where you have closed the gap a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Alright, yeah. So whatever time you gave, whatever like time head start you gave me was just weird.
Yeah, once you reach the top of that ridge and you start leveling out, you can start backing off the regulator a little bit.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was watching the cart shake a bit.
That could be that's probably a graphic glitch.
Oh yeah, but usually they do like bounce around if it was a bit dark.
Like I said, there's not a single point on this track, on this route, that anything 20 miles an hour or less will do.
I had to really slow down there. Okay, no, I'm here. I'm at the thing.
Yeah, you have to slow down right before you make that final turn.
Yeah, that like you said it right on that final.
Oh
turn.
fuck,
Like,
oh fuck, oh fuck, hit the brakes, hit the brakes, hit the
Oh no!
brakes.
Oh no! Oh no! How fast were we going?
I have no idea, I didn't look down in time. Get on.
Damn it.
They're gonna start rolling down the hill if we're not careful.
I'm trying to get back there, but the game's glitching and won't let me run.
Okay,
don't tell me I have a repeat
I got the
of last
I got the
time.
caboose brakes. I got the caboose brakes.
Okay.
'Cause the engine is what came off the track. The cars only came off the track because they hit the engine. So I'm wondering if
So what, do
maybe
you think the engine's too long?
I think well, it's not that it's too long. I think that the turn might be just a tiny bit too sharp for this engine, I think is the problem.
No, that S turn back there was double that turn. There's no way it's too tight. You have tighter turns at the smelter.
True.
And you're doing this uphill, so there's no like momentum. But we do have like the ability to look at something visually and say, yeah, that's probably not going to work.
Clearly, I thought it was gonna work when I put the track down.
Okay.
I wouldn't have sent you up here if I didn't.
Slow on that turn. Slow on that turn.
I would not have sent you up here if I didn't think it was gonna work. Like,
You're through. I must say the train is very magnificent.
especially in the fog, it looks really good.
Yeah, I think we may need to keep the fog setting on.
The fog and rainy, I think, makes everything look super cinematic.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's just be happy that you weren't fully hooked.
True, I guess. You don't
Even though
lose.
it doesn't
You don't
fix
lose
what
your
happened.
load. Well, you don't lose your load when you derail anymore. So.
Yeah, but you do lose your dignity.
Wow.
Stop, slow. I always thought going downhill was the most fun, but now seeing how stressful it is, I'm enjoying it.
Welcome
Yeah.
to railroads.
Going uphill is definitely the more fun of the two.
Yeah, I'm through that turn now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm through a turn as well.
The whole way down is nothing but turns.
Yeah, I'm on one of the many turns down here. I'm not going to tell you which one, but it's one of them. I'm sure you know which one being expert.
Oh, things got spicy loaded. Oh, we gotta go so slow through here when you're loaded.
I'm on the brake.
I know. The car started pushing the engine because the engine started rocking back to forth. Like, that's why we...
Ooh.
Yeah, the car started pushing me around. See, this is why you can't say which switch, tell me the switch, do the switch.
I'm just trying to help, man, okay?
I know.
And him.
How many switches can you flip in the opposite direction of where you went?
Whoa, huh? I only flipped two. I did the two at the bottom of the entire hill bit, you know? And I swear it's only them.
In order for me to go to the depot, I have to go almost all the way to the sawmill.
Why didn't you just tell me that?
Because I didn't know where your train was when you were asking me which switches you should flip. I thought you were at the sawmill. This is why you can't just be like, should I switch should I flip the switch left or right? Every switch on the map flips left and right. It doesn't answer the question.
I'm trying my best.
I know. I know.
I'm dropping boiler pressure rapidly.
Is there fire in your firebox?
No, there is not. Hold on. I'm going blind.
I can see your train. I can see your train. You need to hit the brakes hard.
Okay. I'm not going that fast anymore.
You need to hit the brakes hard.
Oh, there's there's the train. Yeah, it doesn't render in very quickly, does it?
No, I can see farther away from you than you can. I've told you that. If I tell you to hit the brakes, there's a goddamn reason.
I know, but I thought you were like... Yeah, we may need to spend some time optimizing that before we...
Well, I have no control over how long that is. I don't pick where the industry is. Like,
yeah.
I went in as much of a straight line to get there as I could based on the terrain.
Yeah. And you say as much of a straight line, and it's still so twisty turns
I know.
to get there.
I know.
Oh my god.
I mean...
Like, it's such a bad spot to have a facility.
Well, like, I could have gone in a straight line by immediately coming up off the ground and literally going in a straight line. But that's not fun.
Perfect. Stop again. I'm so good at these fucking stops.
You're so proud of yourself.
I'm so fucking proud of myself. I'm fucking chuffed, man. I'm fucking chuffed.
That sounds unoptimized. You're not wrong. You gotta understand though. Like, I laid out the path to the coal mine, and then we never ran it. So I have turns that are at a maximum of 40-meter turn, a 40-meter radius, which should be really nice for some of these engines. But when you have a 40-meter radius turn at a 4% incline, going through an S-turn, you know, it looks okay to your eyes, and then you actually see a train go through it, and you realize, ooh, no, that's really gnarly, that's really nasty. We shouldn't have this like this. We need to smooth this out. And so today was my first time actually running the train through the coal mine route, and now that I've seen it, we definitely have to, what grade? The maximum grade is I think there's one spot that's a 5% grade, but the whole route is 4% or less. The whole route is 4% or less, except for one spot right at the top.
I'm so happy Shadow's in your chat right now, because if he asked me any train...
You'd have to just send him to mine.
I would just ask you. I'd have to have like half and half panels open. I would have to have the game on one side of my screen and then Google on the other side.
You got to realize on the last save through that me and Matt did, which Matt's not here anymore. You got here right after Matt left, but on the last playthrough that me and Matt did, our entire railroad had no sharper than a 50-meter radius turn unless it was in our industry, which is a huge turn, and we never went taller than a 2% grade. It was 2% everywhere. And it took forever to climb an altitude and come back down. But you could run the WNC 280. You could run the 280 at 30 miles an hour everywhere. And it was nice, but there was no challenge. There was so that's why we have spots where there's like super sharp turns and why we have really tall grades. Is because we wanted to have a little bit of a challenge when we ran the trains. We wanted to have some fun. We didn't want everything to be like super easy.
Yeah, it's not even
Frostpunk was a pain. I love Frostpunk. I think it's easy, but I've got a lot of hours in Frostpunk.
You put a lot of hours in every game.
I'm really looking forward to Frostpunk 2. I'm super excited for it. I've got 112 hours in Frostpunk.
Mr. Switchboy.
Yeah, I got it. You want it to the left. Let's see if I pull up my games by hours played. It's 650 hours in VR Chat, 650 hours in Space Engineers, 475 hours in Factorio, 475 hours in Satisfactory, 350 hours in Surviving Mars, 250 hours in Oxygen Not Included, 175 hours in War for the Overworld, 150 hours for Railroads Online, 112 hours for Frostpunk, 61 hours for Kingdom 2 Crowns, 60 hours for Hunicam Studio, 60 hours for Kingdoms and Castles, 60 hours for Gary's Mod, 60 hours for Fallout 4, 50 hours for They Are Billions, 50 hours for Kingdom New Lands, 40 hours for Subnautica, 40 hours for Shopkeep, 30 hours for Turmoil, 30 hours for Dot Hack Last Recoded, 30 hours for Star Wars Empire at War, 22 hours for Void Train, 19 hours for Beat Saber, 17 hours for Kingdom 80s, 15 hours for The Division, 15 hours for Potionomics, 15 hours for Sword Art Online, 15 hours for Bullets and More, 15 hours for Rust, 13 hours for Dyson Sphere, 15 hours for Atlas, 15 hours for Planet Coaster, 12 hours for Stardew Valley, 12 hours for Guns of Icarus, 12 hours for Valheim Online, 10 hours for Ark Survival, 10 hours for Shipbreaker, 10 hours for Smite, 10 hours for Roller Coaster Tycoon Deluxe, 10 hours for Onward, 10 hours for No Man's Sky, 10 hours for Astroneer, 10 hours for Colony Survival, 8 hours for Space Marine, 8 hours for Terra, 8 hours for Subverse, 8 hours for Shopkeep 2, 8 hours for Elite Dangerous, 7 hours for Iron Wolf, 6 hours for Masters of Pottery, 6 hours for Medieval Engineers, 6 hours for Neos Online, 5 hours for Orcs Must Die, 5 hours for Death Watch, 5 hours for Golf with Friends, 5 hours for Potion Craft, 5 hours for Kingdom Nothing Lasts, 5 hours for Iron Harvest, 5 hours for Little Inferno, 3 hours for Second Extinction, 3 hours for Tabs, 3 hours for Arma 3, 3 hours for Settlement Survival, 3 hours for Dwarf, 2.5 hours for First Class Trouble, 2.5 hours for Kerbal Space Program, 2.5 hours for Desert Online, 2.5 hours for Jurassic Park Evolution, 2.5 hours for Dying Light, 2.5 hours for Depth, 2.5 hours for Hydroneer, an hour and a half for City Skylines, hour and a half for Age of Empires, hour and a half for Warframe, hour and a half for DayZ, hour and a half for Fallout VR, hour and a half for World of Warships, an hour and a half for Arizona Sunshine, an hour and a half for Gunheart, an hour and a half for Prison Boss, an hour and a half for Cave Digger, an hour and a half for Age of Empires 2, an hour for Unturned, an hour for Dead by Daylight, an hour for From the Depth, an hour for RuneScape, an hour for Vindictus, an hour for Landmark, half an hour for Massacre, half an hour for Payday 2, half an hour for Volcanoids, half an hour for Pistol Whip, half an hour for Black Wake, half an hour for Vermintide, half an hour for Crusader Kings, half an hour for Heroes and Generals. That game sucks, by the way. Don't actually buy it. It's horrible. Half an hour for Oberus, half an hour for a bunch of Sword Art Onlines, half an hour for Killing Floor, 15 minutes for Fallout 3, 15 minutes for Zenith, 15 minutes for American Railroad Simulator, 15 minutes for Fallout 4, 15 minutes for Counter-Strike, 5 minutes for Moonbase Alpha, 5 minutes for PlanetSide 2, 5 minutes for Lost Ark, which was a waste of money. I'm glad somebody else bought it for me and not me. 0 hours for Albion Online, 0 hours for Among Us, 0 hours for Chivalry, 0 hours for Craftkeep VR, 0 hours for Creativerse, Crossout, Crushed, Cycle, DayZ, Deducto, Dungeon Alchemist, EVE Online, First Assault, Killing Room, Nightfall, Kurtzpell, Mash Deep, Odin Rebuild, Pavlov, PlanetSide 2, Neos Edition, 0 hours for Realm Royale, Rolling Stock, Sculptor VR, Shotgun Farmer, a different version of Smite, another version of Deathwing, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Starbound, Subnautica Below Zero, Tabletop Simulator, more Sword Art Online, Totally Accurate Battlegrounds, Ultimate General Gettysburg, that game sucks, don't buy it. Waltz of the Wizard also sucks, don't buy it. War Dust, an amazing VR game that I have yet to play. Eternal Crusade and Vermintide 2.
I see where your time went after you dropped out of college.
I used to be a halfway professional video game streamer. Half the games half the people you play with have 200 plus hours in VR chat. What is going on? Just reading off your Steam list.
For that long. How can you talk to people for that long?
How can you talk to people for like 500 hours?
Yeah!
Over the course of like 3 years?
How many times did you have to tell them your life story?
I mean, I played with the same. I played with the same like 50 people, so only like a handful of times. But
I haven't even talked to my friends for that long, and I consider them my best friends.
600 hours over the course of like 3 years is not that much time, dude.
You're gonna
We'll
steal
fill
all
up
the
down.
water?
We'll fill up at the bottom of the. We'll fill up at the bottom of the valley.
Yeah, we just really quickly like take all the water so that you have to just like coast down the hill to get to the next place. I haven't made it on. There you go, come on now. Yeah, pretty much mushroom guy.
What did he say in your chat?
He said pretty much, you're the greenhorn.
Exactly.
Did you manage to get back on before I left?
Yeah, I managed to.
Okay. All of a sudden I realized, I was like, I know I'm not going that fast downhill yet, but like I should probably make sure he's on the train before I
Yeah.
just like floor it.
Right?
Yeah, because the last thing I heard him say was, "Oh, I missed." Yeah, now it's starting to pick up speed.
Yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it here for me.
Okay.
I guess that's stuff I gotta do tonight, so.
Well, what time is it? I haven't looked at the...
It's 6 p.m. for us, so what is it, like 3 a.m. for you?
We've been streaming for 4 hours now.
Yeah.
So.
We've been going for a while.
Yeah,
So
it's 11.
what are you? What is it? 5 hours, so it's 11 p.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks, Mushroom Guy, for hanging out in my stream. You're like my only viewer, so thanks.
Thanks, Mushroom Guy, for being the mushroomiest guy. You are a fun guy.
There we
Right?
go.
At least
That
at least you're consistent, and that is helpful. So bye, stream.
Later, man.
And then okay, stream's done.
Right, we are
and I'm
bombing
out
it
of
down
here.
this hill. Oh.
Yeah,
Later.
give me all your breaks. Give me your breaks. Give me your breaks.
I missed the break. Oh. Visual glitch?
Yep.
Nope, that is
Nope.
not.
Nope. It happened.
Oh.
It happened.
Matt,
Matthew,
can
are you
leave
out
a
of the?
little
Are
bit
you?
later?
Are you? Yeah. Can you come? Can you help us rerail?
He's not in the Discord anymore.
Yeah, he's gone.